Welcome to another exciting edition of the $1 Million Peddlers. I'm Papergoy.
And I'm Mr-Magazine.
And you know what we're doing today?
No.
We're going to give a nice tour of the facility over here, the warehouse. I know we've done that on one of the earlier videos, but this is going to be a little more in-depth. And I know at some point, Dom, friend of the channel, Primetime Treasure Hunter, said he's going to come over and do one as well. So we're not going to give away all the secrets, but hopefully you guys enjoy this. I know a couple of the viewers out there have asked us to do this as well. So we're going to kind of show you the inner workings over here. And then at some point in the future, you know what we're going to do?
Nope.
We're going to do a video over at the retail shop as well. So this is the warehouse part. There is the retail part as well. So let me do a little bit of the outdoor videos, and then we'll come on in and you can show us around.
Sounds good.
All right, apologize, it's a little bit dark, but this is the time we got to shoot the video around our schedules. This is the exterior, and we got ourselves a little pod over here for some of the excess inventory. And we also have a storage unit and another pod. So we've got storage unit, 2 pods, the exterior, and got the box truck over here, which is very, very important if you're able to get a box truck. And the beauty is you also have a loading dock. Very, very important. Will definitely help you if you have the loading dock. People can back on up in there and we can unload stuff a lot easier. Saves the backs a lot. Got the men's cave. And at one point did have some retail operation going on over here. Didn't really get a lot of sales, so stopped the retail operation. And now we're heading on inside and we're going to find Mr-Magazine and take a tour right around. Hey, look what we found, Mr-Magazine. Now this is the part where it used to be retail. It was set up for retail. Then we, like I said, we kind of shut that part down just because the sales weren't real good on it there. And it's
COVID too. I think we shut down right after COVID.
Right after COVID. And part of it too is you got to pay somebody hours because you have to have set hours and all that kind of thing. So why don't you take us a quick look around? Looks like a bit of excess inventory.
Yeah, it turned into a war room here with we got stuff that's going to be put on eBay and Amazon. We got some good boxing binders there, scrapbooks. They're gigantic from the early 30s and 40s. Those will be up soon. Piano rolls. These would be good filler for a dumpster. We got movie posters, robots.
Oh, Dracula right there in the front.
If anyone's been watching Netflix, there's a Tiger Woods documentary now, so he's hot. There's a bunch of Upper Deck rookies on there, which have just doubled in price. They're like $100 a piece in there.
And what's the flag?
That's from the Masters.
That he was at?
Yeah.
Oh, very nice.
His rookie cards up there.
Very nice. And is that for sale?
Yes. Yep.
Nice.
2,500. That is not on eBay because it's gigantic, so someone will have to pick it up.
Local pickup only,
Absolutely.
Right? So if anybody's interested, while you're putting the comments down below and hitting the like button, be sure that you subscribe to the channel and let us know. We'll work out a deal for you to come on up here and pick that up.
Paperboy, he has a bicycle delivered on his bike. We just sold this. It's pretty cool. Transformers Unicron. It's a good piece, but basically this is just a room for stuff that we have no room for, and it'll be listed at some point.
Well, and then you've also got one of the listers over here. You've got listers at both locations. We've got the listers set up over here, and then I believe you have another desk over here for another lister. Oh, the office.
Two listers in this room here.
And more inventory over here, it looks like. And
that's where good stuff goes to die.
That's a little better than my basement and garage, which is where bad stuff goes to die. So this over here, so again, when you first walk in, this is the room you see, and now we're going to head off into yet another area of the warehouse unit. Yep, so there's some bubble wrap, always need it, and we've got the most important thing that you need, you can't run a business without. I'm talking, of course, about the Keurig. Now, what is this over here?
This is our packing shipping room. We got it pretty organized. We got a good manager that keeps it well stocked. A lot of supplies, costs a lot of money, but we got a lot of backup, especially since Christmas season's over with now. So, but this is it. We got this is the area for records, magazines get packed there, and toys get packed behind you.
Yep, so you got the bubble wrap, and that's nice over there. It's very easy to pull the bubble wrap off. You've got all the different sized boxes. And you've got the backer boards, you got the various envelopes around too, backup, and then I believe you also have a backup supply room. Why don't we take a quick look at that?
Yes, we do. Yep. A lot of our priority mailboxes go in here because we buy them by the hundreds daily. We don't buy them; they're free, but we get them shipped daily.
Yep. So this is like where we keep the backup supplies at as well, which is nice. And then I know over here, you had a little computer set up over here. And what is all of this paperwork over here?
This is my desk area. Those are all the orders for today. I got to finish sorting them out.
Yep. So you got the printer, you got all that stuff over here. Why, it looks like somebody does some filming in here at times.
Yeah, sometimes, every now and then.
Yep. And so then, why don't we take a quick look over here just to kind of show you now how long this, we've got some mail that's going out. How long was this, couple of days worth?
This was from Saturday.
Okay, so this is Saturday's mail all packed up and ready to go.
Yeah.
And they come by daily and pick the items up.
Yep.
So that's Saturday. They've left us 3 tubs, and I believe over the Christmas season, it was more than 3 tubs, right?
Yeah, we had
Overflow.
Overflow. Yeah, we were using big, brown boxes to put mail in, just so they could transport it easier.
So then, one thing I did notice that I definitely wanted to ask you about. Well, first, that's kind of a neat. Why don't you tell us real quick what that is?
Those are original seats from it's now Frontier Field, but it used to be Silver Stadium where the Rochester Red Wings play.
Nice, and they look like they're wood.
Yes. Yep.
Nice. So they're old for sure.
Oh, yeah.
Now, this over here, I believe, is where, when the orders are packed, they're put on these. Correct. And then these can be, if the packer so desires, these can be wheeled into the packing room.
Correct, yep.
And this is actually a nice little item, which is really good. What is this?
I picked this up from Leone's Laundromat. It's a laundry cart.
Mm-hmm.
So, but it's very convenient. My old manager came up with this idea because we had a bunch at my laundromat. She was like, hey, let's bring a couple over here. And it works out perfect when they're pulling orders. They can just throw them in and wheel them down the aisles.
Yep, they bring them down the various aisles, and as you can see, we've got the Hartman racks go all the way up. And I know that obviously, in order to get things down from up there, you've got ladders, portable ladders that you can move between the various aisles.
Or
and
Spider-Man's in town. Sometimes we'll get up for us up there. But yeah, generally the ladder works.
Yep, so they use the ladder to get the things. They wheeled this down through the various aisles as well to bring it back. I believe somewhere up over here you do have a computer set up as well, so if somebody rather needs to take a look at an item.
Usually they've been using this area here because we got one lister and my manager's desk over there.
But I know you do have an iPad and all that set up back over here as well, so that way if somebody is in the middle of the warehouse,
right? Yeah.
And they don't have to run all the way back up over here.
Exactly, yeah, right.
And we've got some unlisted inventory over here,
a little bit,
which we tarped off as well. Not that anything's going to happen, but just in case, you got the various sprinklers and all that up there as required by law. If anything rather were to happen, at least it'll protect some of the inventory for short term. And of course, very, very important, always keep your inventory off the ground. So we've got the pallets to do it over in, well.
Do the best you can.
But again, this is just excess inventory as well. And I think I was the last person to take anything out of here a while ago. Yeah, so more unlisted inventory, just goes back as far as the eye can see. Probably don't need to buy too much for a while.
Yeah, hopefully not.
And then we also have a couple of other things over here. One thing we've shown in one of our early videos. Check it out because we had a lot of fun filming it over here with the baseball. Basketball hoop. We also have an area up top, and some of Papergoy is going to be owning some storage fees sometime soon. About half those boxes are Papergoy's. He's slowly returning things to his house, one box at a time. So about 2038, he should have everything out of there.
Nice. And we got posters up there too, but we probably have 10,000 posters at least up there. Just that's where they go to die because they're a little more difficult to list. So we kind of put them off.
Yep, and I believe that's the ladder, and that is a heck of a ladder there.
It is.
Let's take a quick look at it. We got a couple of ladders here.
That's about almost 20 feet high, that one.
Now, a ladder like that, what does that cost?
On eBay, they're about $5,000. I bought this one used for about $1,500.
Wow. So hopefully that gives people a little bit of idea. And I know when we were on Primetime's show live, we were talking about these are. Why don't you talk a little bit about the racks? Because we did talk about them, but I think a lot of people want to visualize what they are.
This is the uprights. These you can get these for about $100 to $120 each. And then as you see, they go all the way down. But then where the money comes in are these beams. So they have one box per shelf, rows of them. You know, we need like 16 on each side or 18 depending on how high we're going or how thick these pieces are because there's two different sizes. So.
And then this also has some money.
Yeah, and that's just tripled in price. Those boards used to be $10 when we started years ago. Now they're about $30 a board. And then you need 2x4s, the labor. So there's a lot of work involved just to put one unit together.
And I think you were mentioning on Primetime that it's about $1,000 per unit.
Correct. Yeah.
And how I guess what's the dimensions?
That we have either 8-foot beams or 8.5-foot beams. So as far as the length that way or the width, and then these go anywhere from 12 to 16 feet high.
And it looks like you can have 2, 4, 7 across, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That's fascinating to everybody. I know how to count. So 10 times 7. So you're talking 70, and then you can do 2 deep.
Correct. Yeah.
So that's 140 boxes.
That's
of
maximum. Yeah, maximum. Yeah, for sure.
banker boxes. 140 banker boxes per.
Yeah.
And roughly how many? And I realize they have all sorts of different things in there, but roughly how many magazines can you fit in a banker?
100 when it's full.
100.
Depending on average magazine size, 100. Yeah.
So 140 times 100 is 14,000.
Yeah.
And how many Hartmans do you have?
We're over 100 Hartmans right now. Over 100 units.
So that's
just in shelving, we have over $100,000.
So that's a lot of money's worth of stuff over here, just in the Hartmans alone. A lot of money in the storage.
Well, even the bankers.
I was just going to go there.
We figured out. I think we have over 15,000 bankers total in here, maybe even more with the unlisted stuff. And $1.50 a piece. You know, you're talking
$22,500 in banker boxes alone. Yeah. And bankers aren't the only way you store things.
They're the cheapest thing, yeah. Right. But if we were to use actual comic magazine boxes for these, it would cost 5 times the price easily.
Right.
So we took the cheap way out, but it's definitely more economical.
Yeah. So that's and then you've got other various. This is the magazine section. I know you've got the record section. I'm gonna hit pause for one moment, and we're gonna walk into a different section and kind of talk about that. All right, we're back, and I just wanted to point out another little thing over here. Just because you got to find space wherever you possibly can find space, we've got other things that aren't even Hartmans filled up with stuff over here off to the side.
That's how we started years ago when we were a smaller operation. We used these. These were like $40-50 at Target, these chrome shelving racks. And,
now, how are those? Because I've got the problem. I use the plastic ones in my basement, which I think they're 750 pounds, I think they can carry. Magazines get real heavy because they end up collapsing at times. I've had a couple of them collapse on me.
Some of these, we've bent some of these, in the middle where the little rods are. They can bow a little bit, but they're pretty strong for the most part. But they could probably hold double of what a plastic one, and it's not going to snap in half either. So it's worth paying for the chrome ones compared to the plastic.
Actually, the plastic ones are about $40-some anyway, so it's about the same price.
Yeah, and these might have gone up a little bit, but even if they're $60, they have bigger ones that are 100. So but it's a way to go if you're gonna get some shelving.
Yeah, at some point, Papergoy's got to sell a couple of things and invest in some new shelving. Now, you're going to show a couple of other things we had hidden back over here?
So this is the toy area, which, 3, 4, 5 years ago, we had a lot fewer toys in our inventory. We've kind of bought some big collections and exploded, but we're actually going to change these over. I found out after the fact that you can get narrower ones than the 3 feet ones we have here, because this is a narrower aisle here. So I ordered some 30-inch ones. So we'll be able to do the same thing with the toys as we did with magazines. And we're going to start from this side all the way down the whole row with the Hartman shelving. And that'll save us a lot of room because our toy growth is already at its limit pretty much in this place.
Wow. Wow. Yeah, just to show you, this is kind of what we were talking about over here. You've got the computer here in the middle. And the nice thing about this over here is this too is on wheels. So if somebody or other wishes to use it, they can move it on through the aisles as well. If they don't want to use the laundry cart, they can use this. I would think if they've got items that are difficult to find or similar to each other where they might want to sit there and use this instead of the laundry cart.
Right, sure.
You know, it's whatever works for them, as far as things like that go. You know, as long as they're producing.
Right.
And that's one thing that I think a lot of business owners don't understand is there may be a best right way to do it, but as long as you're getting the work done, if you're doing it your way,
Right.
you know, you may want me to find all the records first, but if I'm producing
Right.
and the records are found by the end of the day and I want to start with the magazines,
Exactly.
so be it.
I'm pretty easy and flexible with that. Whatever makes them, my employees happy, gets the job done, it's fine. I'm fine with that.
I found one nice little nook and cranny over here. I figure Prime Time would love to come here and do his Christmas shopping, I'm betting. Now, what is all this stuff?
So these are listed toys that are too large to put in banker boxes. So we code them like shelf, back room, wherever they're going to be. But this area is where the bigger toys that are listed go to be stored. There's no rhyme or reason, but you can, with your eyes are big and everything stands out. So it's easy to pull from here when items sell.
Got a little bit of everything over here. You got hockey, you got...
The other side is Star Wars, the same thing. If you want to go around there. So the oversized Star Wars play sets and Legos and so forth.
Now, I think a lot of this stuff, and correct me if I'm wrong, but a lot of this stuff we showed in a video, correct?
Yes.
From a Star Wars deal?
Yeah, a lot of it's from a few different deals, but the big one is the majority of this stuff. Yeah.
So how many square feet is the warehouse again?
20,000.
So 20,000 square feet. Got a loading dock.
Right.
Got the area up front, which is climate controlled as far as you can actually have some heat in it. Not that of course we don't have heat back here, as you do as well, but it's a warehouse. I mean, how warm can it possibly get?
One room we forgot. Come back here. So I purchased this collection probably 10 years ago out of state in Pennsylvania. I know it's hard to see, but basically it's a room full of 100,000 45 RPM records. And we just never get to them. So these are obviously always sitting in here as well. So if you guys want to work for me and live in Rochester and sell some records, I'm ready for you.
Yep. Someday or other I'm going to, because I do things on a much smaller scale, but sometime or other over the summertime I'm going to go out into my garage and kind of do the same thing, because I've got collections that I've picked up that they were good deals at the time I bought them, and they're still good deals. They're just sitting there piled up.
Or if someone wants to buy them in all one lot, bring a truck up, we'll work a deal out.
There we go. Alrighty, so hopefully that helps you a little bit there, just getting an idea as to the cost of running a warehouse. I do have one other quick question for you, if you'd be willing to share. Oh, there's another ladder. So you've got 3 different ladders, it looks like.
I think we got 3 big ones and 3 average size ones.
If you'd be willing to share this, I'm pretty sure you will, because we're pretty open and honest about sales and costs and all that kind of thing. What are your utilities on this place? And I realize it would change winter versus summer, et cetera, but roughly what are your utilities?
The water bill is pricier than it should be because we don't even use water here. That's about $400 a quarter.
Okay, wow.
Yeah, but they surcharge you just for having it, even though we're not using it. Because I called because I'm like, why is this bill so expensive? We don't use the water. It's just regardless. So
that's the minimum.
And then
so I won't feel bad when I leave. I just leave the water on.
Exactly. During the warm season, spring and summer, the RG&E bill the electric bill is about $400 a month. In the winter, it's over $1,000. But it's an old beast, and we only run it a few hours a day, the heater, but it's pricey. What are you gonna do?
So you're talking probably $8,500 a year, roughly thereabouts, for utilities alone on this place.
Yeah, maybe 10,000, sure.
Yep, and then you've got property taxes, which
yeah.
why don't we let me preface this by saying that my house is a nice enough house, but it's nothing special. And this will give a few people out there just an idea of what it costs to live in upstate New York. My house is about $145,000 assessed value. I'm paying $7,200 a year in property taxes, and residential is a bargain compared to commercial.
Yep.
What are your property taxes on this place?
I think it's up there close to 20,000.
I think it's over 20,000. Yeah.
Yeah, with the school.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's 25 with everything.
Yep.
Property
Sounds
and
right.
School tax 25.
So you're talking $2,000 a month, not just in order to
Yep.
keep the government from taking the property.
Oh yeah.
Yes, and one other fun thing over here, just to let people know, I guess how lucky a lot of the people are when they live in some of the other states. What's minimum wage roughly in New York State?
Right now it's up to $12.50.
So $12.50 an hour for if you hired a 18-year-old kid just to help you out, you're paying $12.50 an hour plus workers' comp, plus disability, plus the 1 week of sick leave mandated by the governor, and so on and so on and so on.
Yeah.
So you've got a lot of expenses in upstate New York. I guess the moral of the story is live in a lower cost state, and that gives you a competitive advantage over us.
True. Yeah. Definitely.
Definitely does. But hopefully this gives you some ideas as to the costs of running a place like this, but also just the massive inventory of the place. Just kind of hopefully you enjoyed this video. Please do hit the like button. And if there are any parts of this video or any parts of the warehouse that you'd like us to go a little more into, we try to be open with everybody about everything going on. So just ask us the questions below. This video actually is one of our subscribers asked us to do this video. So hopefully they liked it and watched it. And we'll see you next video.
Take care. Bye-bye.
Wanna be